My last hike together with Rufus here on La Palma. It is a beautiful day. It's very calm today and no wind, mild temperatures. I enjoy it and I'm very curious about what will come in the future. Yeah, we will see. I expect only the best. Very excited. It's so quiet over here. Beautiful. Hello my dear viewers and welcome to a new video. I'm already traveling and I'm editing the videos at the moment, but I discovered that there are some videos without voice. There is no tone, so I don't know what happened there. So I had a few problems and one big problem at the airport of Tenerife. So let me explain you. So the first footage you saw was my last day on La Palma, and then I went on with the bus to the airport to pick up a rental car. I rented this car for 1 day and then I drove back to our house on La Palma. I put all my luggage into the car and Rufus, because dogs are not allowed to go by bus on the Canary Islands, so I had to rent a car. And then on the next day we drove to the harbor of La Palma, because from there we took the ferry to Tenerife. My wife was with me and we drove to the harbor. I could park the rental car there and I was allowed to leave the car there at the harbor, and my wife helped me with all my luggage, and then I went on the ferry together with Rufus. Everything went well. The ferry takes about 2.5 hours to Tenerife, and they were friendly. A man on the ship helped me with the big transportation box from Rufus, and then I arrived on Tenerife, and there I had another rental car for 1 day to drive from the harbor Tenerife, Los Cristianos, to the airport south. And that's what I did. I took all my belongings into the car and drove to the airport, and I slept in front of my car. So I arrived there in the evening. It was still busy there, but there are a lot of parking lots with all the rental cars, different companies, very busy. But I found a good place to park, and I decided to sleep in front of the car, because there are, in between the parking lots, there are some green areas with palm trees, and it's okay. It was very noisy there, but I have something to put into my ear. And then I slept in front of my car. Rufus was in the back of the car, and then I slept till 2:30 more or less. So there were so many people. I slept a little bit, woke up, slept, woke up. But then at 2:30 something came into my mind like a lightning, and I was on high alert, because I realized I don't have the door from the transportation box with me, and without the door I cannot close the transportation box, and then Rufus cannot fly. And I was thinking, how could this happen? Because I was thinking, when I took all my luggage into the car and from the ferry, there never was the door of this transportation box. And I was very lucky to realize it, and then I was awake. At first I was really frustrated. and complaining about myself. But then I decided to stay confident and to stay calm, what didn't work out really. And then I tried to figure out some options that I have. So first option that came into my mind, hey, I will go to the market, pet store, and I will buy another transportation box, no problem. Because when I drove to the airport, I saw a big pet shop there on the side of the road. I switched on my cell phone, and then I saw Sunday. Oh no, all my plans are destroyed. It's Sunday, the shops will be closed. That was really hard. And then I said to myself, no, I don't give up. Then I will build a door by myself. No problem. I have knives with me, a saw. I will gather material around the airport, some wood and so on, and I will try to make a door by myself. But I was doubting it. The days before my travel, they were very stressful. I was very nervous. I didn't have much sleep. I was all the time thinking about is Rufus okay? So a lot of worries. And then I thought, oh man, when I build such a door by myself, will the airplane company allow it? Will they say, yeah, that's safe? Oh no, that's not safe. What's that? And so on. And yeah, then I think it was 5 o'clock in the morning. I thought, okay, maybe there are some tourist shops and they have something I could use as a door. I was looking again on my cell phone in the internet, and I was checking out the pet store again, and then I saw in the internet that it's written that the pet store is open on Sundays. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I thought, wow, yeah. I immediately packed all my luggage into the car, Rufus in the car, and then I drove in the early morning to the pet store. Stopped there. I went to the door because I wanted to see with my own eyes if this is true. And then I saw a sign on the door, only open from Monday to Saturday. And I was thinking, oh no, what's that? Because I thought, okay, sometimes in the internet it's written wrong, or it's old and so on. And then I was not sure if the shop will be open or not. And at that moment I was so weak and so frustrated. I was really close to give up. I thought, okay, that's it. I don't have much energy. I'm really tired. I cannot find any materials that will help me. And so I took Rufus. I walked around there, the street. There was a farmer's market there. I went to the farmer's market quickly. I went to a petrol station. I bought a coffee and a bread. Okay, after the coffee and the bread I had a little bit more energy, and I walked around with Rufus. And then it was 10 minutes before 9 o'clock in the morning. I went back to the store, and then a young woman arrived and she opened the store. I was so happy. Oh, I can tell you, I was so happy. It was really close because I planned all my traveling. I paid all the flight, the extra payment for Rufus, very expensive. His flight costs more than mine, and I also, for the future, I booked everything. So if I would miss the flight, that would have been very expensive. And the question is if I would do it then again, because then I'm so frustrated and not confident anymore. I don't know. But then I gained confidence again, and I bought another transportation box that cost me 150 euros, but I didn't care. I bought the box. I only took the door from this box. It was the same box I had because I had all the parts of the box, only the door was missing. So I took the door and said to the shop owner, hey, you can keep the rest, I only need the door. Maybe you will find someone who can need this box. All right, and then I started to relax a little bit. I could calm down, and yeah, that's the story. Then we went back to the airport, and then we tried to rest because my flight was in the late afternoon. So then we tried to relax because I didn't sleep very much at night. Rufus and I relaxed. We ate something. Yeah, and then slowly we went to the airport to check in. I had a business class flight because this flight was only 65 euros more than a normal flight, but I was allowed to take 10 kilos more luggage, 8 kilos more hand baggage or luggage I can take into the cabin, and that was much more cheaper than I would have booked an extra weight for my luggage. I had a free meal and so on, and so with business class I was the first person in the check-in. The woman there was so friendly. She said, "Oh, I have 5 dogs by myself." I said, "Oh, it's possible that my luggage is a little bit more than 30 kilos." She said, "No problem, you have a dog, so you need more, you have more weight, that's normal, everything no problem." The only thing was I had to go to the security with the dog. It was everything the first time. For Rufus, everything new. Security was a little bit difficult. They checked everything, me first and the dog and so on, but it went well too. And then Rufus, he went into the box. I trained with him that he goes into the box a long time before, and I wasn't sure if he liked the box or not. It was another thing I was very often thinking about, but he likes his box very much, so that was no problem. He went into his box, I closed the door, and then they took Rufus, and then wow, what a relief. Okay. Yeah, then I was worried about Rufus in the box. How will he manage it in the plane and so on? But yeah, I have the goal. I have one goal, and yeah, we did it. So all right, that was the story. Then there was the check-in. Rufus, I saw his box, how they put the box into the plane, and everything went well. We flew to Hamburg, and then I have video footage again that I can show you. So I filmed at night, but as I told you, there was no sound on my footage. That's very sad, but shit happens, you know. Okay, so yeah, thank you for listening. That was the story. All right, now I will do the online check-in, and it's very busy and crowded here in the Tenerife airport. On La Palma, for example, it's so quiet. La Palma is a real village in comparison to Tenerife. Tenerife is so busy, it's unbelievable. I have to get used to it first, and yeah, I'm happy when I'm then in the middle of nature. We will see when that will be. All right, my dear viewers, I'm very, very happy at the moment. So I thought that on Sunday the shops are closed here, and I looked again in the internet, and then I saw, yes, they are open on Sundays. Okay, so I drove here, 7 o'clock. Everything was closed. Yes, in the internet it's written they open at 9. But I was looking at the door, and the sign says only open from Monday to Saturday. So I thought, okay, maybe it's wrong in the internet and they don't know exactly. But now it's 9 o'clock, and 2 young women, they were here. They are inside of the shop now, and they told me they will open in 10 minutes, and then I can buy the box for Rufus, and then we can go on. And I'm really, really happy. I was ready to build a door by myself, but the chances that it would fit without proper tools and so on, very rare. I would have tried my best, but now I will buy another box. It will cost me a lot of money, but I have no other choice. Wow. All right, mission complete. They have a good selection of boxes. Here I will find one for Rufus. A big relief, my dear viewers. Wow, I'm so happy, I can tell you. So now I'm ready for the flight. At first I thought I have to be a hero now. I will make a door. I can do it, but then after a time I was gathering all the materials and I thought, it's gonna be very difficult. And then will they allow it? That's the other thing, because on a flight it has to be 100% safe. And if I make a wooden door or something and they say, hey, the dog can break out there, it's not safe, then they say no, because flight is 100%. And a voice inside of me said, hey, you need to believe now and trust. Just relax and trust. Everything will be fine. And yeah, that's how it is. Everything is fine. Just one drive to the shop. Okay, I had to pay 150 euros, but that's better than to cancel the whole trip. And I can live with that. Yes. And it was very easy, because to build this thing would be really challenging. I'm very tired now. And now I can really relax, which is a very, very important for me. No stress. A beautiful place here under this tree, and here I can recharge my batteries before we take the flight to Germany. And where exactly, what city and where my travel plans will go, you will see in the next video. So yeah, I wish you all the very best. Thank you for watching. And take care, stay safe and stay healthy. That's the most important thing. Goodbye.